You're tuned back right here on UFM, the beat of the Pacific for your Friday afternoon. Very excited. Normally, you know me, I'm only talking to Casper here in the studio. But today, it's been a very long time since we've had you back here in UFM. We have got the one and only PT, aka formerly known as Peter T. Kia ora.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter at this point what people call me. Like Peter T, PD, Pete.
You know what?
The
though?
bro.
The bro. I'm a very big believer though in like we should have some sort of care to what people call you. Only because you know what? You know my full name is Lucia.
Yeah.
In the emails, people still call me Loisa. I'm like, it's there in the bottom.
It's your Palangi name. You know, they read that, they go, Louisa.
Yeah, then I flip
Louisa.
my hand the other way like this. But welcome to the studio. Thank you for joining us here on the New Drive. I mean,
back,
honestly, first of all, how are you? How have you been? What have you been up to in the last few years? We haven't seen you here at New.
Man, the only thing I can say is I'm blessed. Yeah, like for real, I'm blessed. Like I took about 3 years off from the music just to find my why again, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Find the purpose and the focus, and you know, really pull away from just going through the motions of being in that industry, because man, I think it gets like that with any job, you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
we kind of just get stuck into the day-to-day,
Yep.
you know, where you just keep doing for the sake of doing, and then you have to sit back and go, is this all right? Is this making me happy?
Am I okay?
Yeah. How am I feeling? Am I okay? Am I
Yeah.
happy? I'm not really sure, you know, and I just needed to take that time off to really come, like, recenter, find myself again. I thank God, like, in that time, like, he's grown me a lot. Like, I just taken time to really sit with God and go through, like, my purpose, why I'm here, you know, what I'm doing here, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, talking about why, because I think one thing that's a beauty is like for people maybe around our generation, we kind of emphasize that a little bit more to the next generation. Like, find yourself a little bit more before we kind of dive ourselves deep into projects or things. And
Because you look at like anxiety and depression,
Yeah.
like, bro, it's everywhere.
Yep.
And our people get plagued the most. It seems that, you know, we have I can say it, we have the highest suicide statistics in the world, you know, as brown people. So there's a lot of stuff that we have to deal with and navigate as Pacific people, as Polynesians, that, to be honest, I don't know if Pākehā healthcare systems understand that.
yeah,
There's a lot, like, as I've sat and I've sat with like Māori healthcare professionals, they have a totally different view on it compared to what like the Pākehā view
Yeah.
is. And so it's really important to like share with young people, man, just know that you've got value first and foremost, and then find your purpose. Like, why are you here? And that's often tied into your gifting. Like, but I think probably one of the biggest challenges that we have as a people is finding out what our gifting is, and then knowing that it's okay to be strong in your gifting. Hey, it's pretty bad in Aotearoa with tall poppy syndrome, eh?
It is.
You have to be so humble to where it's like, don't even mention that you're good at an activity, you know? As soon as you think, like, or even say to someone like, I think I'm pretty good at this, everyone will be like, calm down, bro. Like,
yeah. And they also have no problem highlighting what you're not good at, which also sucks.
Yeah, I've had that too. You think you're good at this? You're terrible. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I love that you've kind of said like you've just tried to find your purpose, find your way, because like funnily enough, you know, the title of your new track that's being released today is called Find
There you
a
go.
Way. And
Look,
I'm like,
I didn't plan this before I
But
come
I-
up here to speak on this. It's all tied in, you know.
Yeah.
Finding a way, finding the way.
do you mind me asking, would you be able to share with us, I guess, one way that you were searching for your why? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess so. So one of the ways, again, I guess it comes back down to like my journey with God. Like since coming back to God and then reading through His Word, like it was just, there were so many things that were like, I guess, convicting me. The word is like convicting. Like it was hitting my heart. Like, man, actually, I don't do this thing, or wow, yeah, this is me to a T. And it was like, you know what? It's highlighting this stuff not to make me feel bad, but it actually highlights, this is why I don't have peace. This is why I have like anxiety in my life. This is causing fear or worry and doubt. And so once you address those things, man, I walk in peace. Like, bro, I'm very I don't know, it's like a monk or something. Like
I love that.
I carry the joy now. Like everything I do is like it's all good. Like even this releasing singles and coming back, I've had a lot of people ask me like, "How you feeling, bro? You nervous?" I'm like, "I'm not nervous at all because it's out of my hands, bro.
Yeah.
It's out of my hands. It's in his hands. So I'm at peace."
I love that. And that's something, it's something we all want to feel at the end of the day. You want to wake up feeling peace. You want to wake up feeling joy and carrying that with you outside
Right.
your door,
Especially
throughout your
since
day.
these things,
Oh,
Asia.
don't even get me started on that.
Oh, bro.
Everyone here knows I'm addicted to TikTok. Like, legit, bro. I can sit there for like hours. But anyway, it's not about TikTok. It's not about me. With you finding your way and stuff, I guess in the last few years, while you've kind of been off the music scene as well, what do you think the music scene has been like in Aotearoa in the last few years?
Okay, I got a lot of friends who are in the scene, a lot of the new guys coming through, and I really feel for them. I feel for them because it seems like the platforms that were kind of there for myself and a few other artists to springboard into the industry aren't really there anymore. Thank goodness for guys like yourselves, like radio stations who still get us to come in and talk and promote us. But I think, yeah, even those other platforms that really celebrate and champion New Zealand music, like touring and even the labels, like
Yeah.
you don't have any hip hop and R&B labels anymore, so we've just gone back to majors, and majors aren't really signing like people from out of the back blocks. You have to get signed to a major, you kind of have to know someone, or you have to be doing something already for them for them to pay attention. So look, I really feel for new artists coming through. It's not an easy time, but it just means that I think a focus should really be on the quality. It should really be on the quality of your material. If people can remember to focus on the quality right now, to make sure that your stuff is really good, that you put effort into it, then people will hear it. It will get out there. Trust me. What I found with my music early on, the very early stuff that I did was, terrible. Like, we're talking way back when I was a teenager. But it got better and better and better as I did more. And then it slowly started to reach out past my circles to all over the place. And so that's one thing that I can encourage people, is that just keep working on your craft. If you keep working on your craft and focusing there, you should be all right.
And that's where that saying comes in, eh? You either prepare to fail or you fail to prepare. But, I want to know a little bit about the name change. What's the inspiration? Because anyone that's listening in, they'll know you, oh, that's Peter T. But I understand at the moment, I guess you're branding yourself as PT with the new music coming out. Is there any inspiration behind that particular change?
Yeah, well, so it was done a few years ago, and it's funny, I've had a few people ask me about this, and I actually, as I've thought about it more and more, I think that was actually more for me than what it was for anyone else. I think I just got to a point of where, like, I'd done everything that I said I wanted to do, and I think the name change was about, like, a reinvention, to go again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, if you had like McDonald's and whatever it was called back in the day, and then all of a sudden you get to a point where you realize, oh, I've got to change it up. I got to change the brand, change the name, and boom, it comes out as something new. So I guess that's kind of what it was. But now I'm realizing that lots of fans still love me for the old Peter T stuff, and even the music seems to be going back to like the first album, like Life, Love and Lessons. Even the sound seems to be going back that way. So look, I don't know. I could end up changing my name back. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Puff Daddy, Diddy, Puffy Daddy.
Oh no, he's just
Puffy
confused.
Diddy.
You didn't sound confused. He sounds like he's lost.
Just because I don't sound confused doesn't mean I'm not.
Well, fake it till you make it, they say. You talked about the sound, because that's actually one of the things I want to ask you. Is there a particular difference in the sound of, I guess, the Peter T music then and what you're about to bring out now?
Yeah, I think definitely my skill as a songwriter has gotten a lot better. I'm able to call on those skills that I've learned over like the last 10 years, and write to that, write with that skill. But it's still, I don't know, it's still the same heart is there, which is to make really good music.
Yep.
So it's still the same motivation there, which is to write really good music that matters. Music that matters, that means something, that actually has like a purpose to it. And the purpose for me is healing and revealing aroha. Because man, a lot of the music today does not speak on these deep topics. It doesn't, it doesn't really speak to the soul. That's what's missing.
I completely can understand. I say, I don't know. I feel like I'm about to start crying now. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is getting really deep. But I know as well with your new music that you've got coming out. So the first one that's dropped today is called Find a Way. You've teamed up with Eddie on the beat, as well as Sam V, who are no strangers to us here at New FM. How was the process as well working with those boys?
Man, so like, we first started working on some other tracks, and then I came over for that studio session, and he happened to have Astro in there. Shout out to Astro. And Aiden Fine. If you guys don't know, Aiden Fine's a talent coming out of Auckland, man.
He's
this kid's
awesome
crazy.
live. He is awesome live.
He's amazing. And Sam V came in as well, and I've known Sam for years. And I honestly, I can say this straight up. Like, I believe Sam is probably the number one R&B singer, R&B vocalist in New Zealand. He doesn't get his shine, but you know, that man needs his roses. He's sharp. So we were just in a session like in Eddie's house, and the song just came together so quick. Like, Eddie and Astro pieced something together, and then I was working with Aiden and sharing with them. I think this is the message. I always like to find the message first before we write. Like, let's find what the deeper message is, and then we expand outwards, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So yeah, we started working on that message, and then we've come up with Find a Way.
I love that. And Find a Way, I actually have got a sneak peek of listening to it as well. Can you let everyone know exactly what the song is about?
Yeah, well, the song is about, it's about love. It's about that person that really matters the most to you, and that person that you're trying to find a way to get to them, to let them know that they mean that much to you, and you'll do whatever it takes in order to capture their heart and steal them away. So yeah, Find a Way.
I've got a little bit of a game for you. It's a real quick game because, you know, the song is called Find a Way, and there's a lyric in the song that quite caught my attention, and it was, I want to be all that you need and more. And I think for anyone, whether you're a woman, you're a man, a boy or a girl, that's probably a line that people can find relatable, right? So I thought, we're going to find a way just to get to know you a little bit more and how you would treat your lady.
Okay.
So I'm going to just give you like a this or that, and just whatever first comes to your mind, you give us which one is yours, all right? So Find a Way, this is with Peter T right here. Oh, sorry. Find a Way with PT.
It's all good, Sia. Either or. Just say it. Find a Way with the bro. Just say it.
Yes.
Say it.
Find a Way with PT here on New FM on your new drive. And here we go. So just to give us a little bit of idea which way you would go for you and your lady. So Find a Way, cook for her or dine out.
Ooh. Okay, that's a hard one because I am a good cook, and there are times when cooking is good. But then there's also a time when you have to go and ball out and eat out, and that's really special. So I think it would have to be eat out because I'd cook more than we would eat out. So eat out, yeah.
Action or romantic date?
Action.
Text or call?
Oh, I'm bad for this. Text. Hey, are you this? I don't know.
No, I prefer call.
Really?
Yeah, because I hate that I'm waiting. Like, especially if I need to know, like,
No, but
I'm just a very, like, let's just talk it, call and get it sorted. And
I'm that person. I'm the person that everyone hates, that you get the call and looking at your phone like I'm in the middle of Facebook scrolling and like just waiting.
You decline the
okay,
call.
They're gone. No, because then it looks like you've cut them off. So you just let it ring out.
I'm one of those people that, like, if it's text, I reply to you the next day probably. That's how bad I am. This one is sunrise or sunset?
Oh, sunset. That's more romantic. Sunset is more romantic.
And this is the last one. This is a really important one.
Yeah.
So the last one for you is All Blacks or Tonga. They're playing on the 2nd of July.
I mean, the All Blacks have won so many times at this point. I got to go for Tonga.
MMT, you heard it right here on New FM with Peter T. It was Tonga for that one. But of course, that's going to be happening 2nd of July. But Find a Way, it is out now with PT on all social digital platforms.
That's the one. It's everywhere that you can find music. It'll be there. Yeah, just don't steal it, eh?
Yes, we shouldn't be stealing now. We can subscribe to Spotify. But of course, before we wrap up for the afternoon, bro, do you have any last shout outs or last words you'd like to say?
Yeah, I think probably going back on the corridor we were talking about before, I just encouraging anyone who's listening, like, if you're trying to figure out what your purpose is, like, you know, why you're here, you know, if you're struggling with anxiety or depression, man, just find out what your gift is. Find out what you're gifted at, you know. Once you find that, I think you'll find a lot of other things related to your purpose and why you're here will start to become very clear. Find your gift. Yeah.
I love that. And where can they find you up on social media, bro?
So check me out on facebook.com/PT from NZ, and that's the same for the Instagram handle, my Twitter, my Snapchat, my TikTok. What's the other ones that are out there? Nah, I don't even know if I have.
I don't know. I don't even use Snapchat anymore.
I started a TikTok. I haven't even put anything up. So you're a TikTok like queen. What should I put on my TikTok? I don't even know.
Whatever like feels real with you.
See, that's good. So it should probably be singing then, eh?
Yeah, like, but me, because you know me, I just like to watch dumb stuff like people falling or crashing. Anyways, yeah, that's just me. But a big thank you as well going out to PT, formerly known Peter T. Find the brand new music called Find a Way, available now on all music platforms. I'll find them up on social media. But I am going to give you the honors, bro, to introduce your song to our listeners.
Kia ora, New FM. Hey, thank you guys so much for riding with me for so long. And we're back. This is my new single, Find a Way. Check it out.